How's it going, folks, and welcome back. Today we are going to be talking all about the newest role in Football Manager, the wide centre-back. If you saw yesterday's video, you already know I've had early access to the game. I'm allowed to make a couple of videos for you showing you some stuff, and I wanted to dedicate a video to this new role because I'm having a hell of a lot of fun with it. I want to show you how I've been using it and hopefully convince you that for your first FM beta save in the next few weeks, you should be using this role. Let's do this. So first things first, what is a wide centre-back? It is a new role in FM22, and it's only available if you have 3 centre-backs at your disposal. In terms of the role itself, it comes on 3 duties: defend, support, and attack. My personal choice has been attack in this system, and what the wide centre-back does is, in possession, he's encouraged to get wide and support the midfield, more like a fullback. With the attack duty as well, he'll make overlapping and underlapping runs to create 2v1 situations. And the way I've got it set up is with wing-backs in front. Now, obviously, I'm in an alpha version of the match engine here. This is all kind of going to change. But from my personal experience, I found the wide centre-back works really well with wing-backs on support. I have tried it with wingers and kind of other kind of setups, kind of a more traditional 3-4-3. But what I found, generally speaking, was that the wide centre-backs didn't get high enough up the pitch a lot of the time. And if they did, kind of left gaps in behind, whereas by having the wing backs kind of start deeper but have permission to get further forward up the field, it allows us to create the overloads that this role is really good for much earlier in our build-up play. What I would say is, with wide centre backs, I have found that they tuck in very, very narrow when you don't have the ball, much like a back three. The whole thing with this role is they get wide when you have the ball. I feel like a lot of people get a little bit confused by this role and exactly how it's going to work. It is very much a traditional centre-back when you don't have the ball in terms of as a member of a back three. It's all about how you kind of function when you have the ball. And so this entire system really revolves around making the most out of them. You can see here, we're going to be playing out of defence, focusing down the wings, looking for overlaps on the left and right, playing extremely wide. It's been really, really fun to watch it play out, and I have been constantly tweaking it through the season. If we just have a little look at the championship table, you can see here we are top of the table going into the final game, which is against Fulham. That is the team in second, and they are only 1 point behind us. So this is a game for the title, but I thought it presented a pretty cool opportunity to show you a little bit of this system in play, identify a few things in terms of how the role works within my tactical system, and hopefully convince you that you should give this a little bit of a go for your FM22 beta save. So for this match, I'm going to play on extended highlights. However, I'm going to cut little bits out. Hopefully, we're going to get some nice examples of the wide centre-back in action. One thing that is worth noting is the wide centre-back is a really demanding role in terms of the attributes needed to play it. It's a system that I don't think you're necessarily going to be able to play with lower league teams, for example, just because you need centre-backs who are really good in the air but can also do a great job going forward. Heck, even, to an extent, my own team is lacking in a couple of areas where I'd like to have success. I think the other thing to kind of note is that just because we're playing with wide centre-backs, don't underestimate how wing-backs function within this kind of system. The two can double up. And even if the wide centre-back, is getting forward but isn't getting goals and assists, very often what they're doing is they're pulling a player over that does leave the wing-backs free. For me, George Baldock is our top assister, I think, and the top assister in the league with something like 12. And he is really enabled. He is given so much more space because of the wide centre-back playing out on the right-hand side. Also, what we'll do in this game is I'm going to play the first half in 3D and then we'll play the second half in 2D. You can see here, though, how Jack O'Connell, as the wide centre-back on the left, just finds himself in acres of space to put in balls like that for McBurney. In that kind of situation there, you saw how the right wing-back stuck on the wing-back that we have out on the left-hand side, Norrington Davis, and Jack O'Connell has just afforded so much space and time. I am curious to see how Sports Interactive are going to balance this role, because I feel like it works really, really nicely. That's not to say it's completely broken and overpowered, but you can see here, Egan is just lurking at the edge of the box, just creating another option. So we're going to switch into 2D here for the second half. I've also switched the highlights to comprehensive to hopefully see a little bit more. But you can see here, if we just pause the play, in this occasion, Jack O'Connell getting really high up the pitch. You can see how the other two centre-backs, they're still playing narrow. They're kind of playing where you would expect them to play in a more traditional setup. But as the ball goes out onto this other wing, Jack O'Connell is dropping back, and you can already see Egan at right centre-back is now the man looking to create this overlap. And, well, the ball in by Baldock is superb. You could see, though, there's just 3 men everywhere. If we just pause things here, you can see how, like, our shape is fairly standard. There's nothing really crazy going on here, but we're going to see, hopefully, Jack O'Connell look for these overlaps, and the other 2 defenders just shuffle across. And, well, Jack O'Connell's got this space to run into, and you can see how Tete is forced to make a decision to try and kind of close him down, and Norrington Davis is then just left with loads and loads of space to whip in a ball like that to McBurney, who hits the woodwork. Yeah, I really, really love this role. And equally, ball straight onto the other side. O'Connell is dropping in deep. Egan is now looking for that overlap. And, George Baldock's just going to do that. Okay, George. I guess we are going to win the championship. Sanderberg with the ball, lays it out to Baldock. And the Greek magician just smashes it into the top bins. Fair enough. I'm a bit concerned that this video is just going to be 10 minutes of me gushing about how much I love this role. It's just very fun to watch in action. Norrington Davis, space to whip in. McBurney's there. And, well, the wing play works wonders. We score so many goals from crosses and just in the wide areas of the pitch. It's interesting how just out of possession, how traditional this system is, and how, as the ball moves from wing to wing, obviously we're playing with wing play, the centre-backs move. It's very satisfying. And Jack O'Connell bringing it forward to McBurney. Norrington Davis, you can see O'Connell just lurking at the edge of the box, creating just a nightmare, really. A nightmare and a headache for the defenders to try and pick up. Fleck whipping in the ball. Egan can't get there. Now we get to see how we transition into defence. And I'm pleased to say, at least from my experience so far, generally speaking, when you're transitioning back from a set piece in the match engine this year, the players are way, way better at picking up their assignments, which is always nice to see. Oh my word, Baldock switching it over to Brewster, McBurney, Mousset, and knocking the ball around nicely. Baldock. Options left, right and centre. Egan, the wide centre-back, what can he do? Fleck hits it, it's blocked away. So it is worth noting, playing wide centre-backs, I was a bit worried about inside forwards kind of punishing them. I find that because of how narrow they are when you don't have the ball, unless you get caught out in possession very quickly, it doesn't often cause you that many issues. In this game here, they've been playing a 4-2-3-1, and their wide players have not had kind of any real impact on this game. In fact, they've struggled immensely. We could score a really nice goal here to cap off this performance, or they can defend it. That would have been lovely to make it 3-0. So as this game comes to a close, I just want to say how much I enjoy watching wide centre-backs, which might sound odd, but whenever we're given a new tool into our Football Manager arsenal of kind of different approaches that we can take, it's just really exciting, especially when it's something that I know a lot of people have clamoured for a long time. I feel like in this video, obviously I've had to keep it short. We've not handpicked a specific match. We're very much doing a standard match, but I think that's probably a more fair way of giving you a reflection of exactly how the role works. They've just scored. I thought the game was over. I thought we were just watching a pointless highlight at the end. Well done, Fulham. And with that, I've just won the league. I've just won the Sky Bet Championship. There you go. First creator on YouTube to win anything in a video. No one else can take that away from me. Sky Bet Championship champions. We're going up. And wide centre-backs are really cool. So using the data hub, we can now go and have a look at exactly how we played in this game. And you can see here the kind of passing link-up play, how O'Connell to Norrington Davis is just such a consistent thing. And similarly, out on the right-hand side, we're doing more of the same. So much of our play being focused in the wide areas. You can see here, O'Connell was at the heart of everything on the left-hand side of the midfield. That's how high up the pitch he was getting. The game thinks he was a midfielder. Yeah, it's really, really great to see. You can see here we regained possession in the defensive third on the left-hand side and also entered the third on the left-hand side. Fulham really struggled out on that area of the pitch, and the wide centre-back was a massive proponent behind that success that saw us do so well in that game, which is obviously what you want to see. But anyway, folks, that was my overview into the new wide centre-back role in FM22. I hope you enjoyed it for what it was. I wish I could do a deeper dive, but the powers that be mean that I can't do that at least today. If you would like to maybe see a more deep dive role kind of overview once I have a chance to really get into the meat and potatoes of things, maybe that's something that we can do when the beta comes around. If you've enjoyed today's video, do drop a like on it. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to be subscribed. And until next time, it is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you all in a bit. I'm out.